Oh, this is amazing. Look at this framing, how it's coming down. It's just so massive. This world is so massive. Raising the stakes, they're involving the sun now. The stakes are high. You cannot mess up or that might cost the sun's life. Don't mess up. So again, the acting in this piece is amazing. Like, this is a character, just the way he's delivering his lines. I'm just impressed with the directing behind this. What's up, Gamology? My name is William Rouse. I'm a director, cinematographer, and writer, and I also hold the world record for the biggest smile. And today, we are going to check out God of War. Heard so much about it, been running from it, it's time to face it. Let's do it. I mean, already the score is fire. Whoever's on this violin is snapping. This dude looks like a WWE wrestler for sure. In filmmaking, there's a lot of ways to move the camera. There are steady cams that keep the camera very still. There's cranes that lift the camera up high. There's gimbals that you can move and use. There's tripods that just keep the camera still, which is like right here. But there's also ways of creating emotion through handheld cinematography. And what that is just using your hands to hold a camera, gives you that natural feeling, that natural movement. And that's what I'm already seeing here. It's trying to create an energy and a visceral vibe to bring you into the world that he's in. I think that's really cool to use that camera handheld movement in a video game. Like, that's dope. And the camera follows it. Like, I've actually had to do this in a commercial before. I had to follow someone ice picking. It's not easy, but to do that in a digital game, that's crazy. So in real life, that shot's not achievable because no production is allowing you to get that close to a falling tree while you shoot. Like, that's not happening in real life. So it's another example of where you can do a lot more in a digital space than live action. So in this game too, there's really no cinematic aspect ratio, and it feels more like a documentary type feel with the handheld movement. You know, you're really immersed in the space, and that's what we do a lot in documentary filmmaking. You can see in the corners of the frame, there is a vignette. You see all four corners is just darker than in the actual screen. We use a vignette in filmmaking to really get your eyes to focus on certain things. I was just moving this tree. This dude is ripped. I need to hit the gym. Time of day that they're shooting or creating these worlds in matters and raises the stakes. Right now it's either sunrise or sunset. It's very dark. He's walking through shadows. He's walking into lights. Just keeps things more interesting than seeing this entire space well lit up. It's so cool. Like, I keep talking about it, but the camera movement is like really making you feel like you're there. It's not like a cinematic slow push in. You're actually following the action. You feel like you're a part of the world. This is a video game, bro. That's crazy. Silhouetted. It's amazing. Nobody cutting back and forth to the edits for over the shoulder. We're actually living in this space. In film, we call it verite. Verite filmmaking means fly on the wall. We're just there in the space. There's no cuts or coverage, constant movement, constant things. We're experiencing it as we're watching it. We don't know what happened to his wife yet, but we know that he loved her. They're hurting, but they're having to live with it. And still, we have not cut. We're in this space, we're living this with them. That's really impressive. Passing the torch. Symbolism. Filmmaking is full of story elements and symbols that are gonna show you what we're gonna see later on. Right in the beginning. We call it the gun rule in filmmaking at times. It's like when you're watching that movie and they show the gun in the beginning, that's the same gun they're gonna use at the end to solve the problem. In this situation, it could be that knife. I have not played this game, I don't know. All you God of War people out there, let me know if I'm right.
I thought you'd be bigger.
This is amazing filmmaking. So again, the acting in this piece is amazing. Like, this is a character, just the way he's delivering his lines. I'm just impressed with the directing behind this. There's no cuts, there's no different angles. It's one camera following everything as we're seeing and experiencing what's going on. I'm invested, y'all. In the case of a narrative film is traditional movie, any kind of movie where there's a script, dialogue, and all that kind of stuff. In order to pull off this type of filmmaking, it takes hours and hours and hours of blocking, of rehearsals, and all these other things that can get in the way. Because just imagine if an actor messes up a line, if the cameraman trips, if something happens, they have to start that whole scene all over again. The possibilities are endless in the digital world. I mean, to do this in real life is damn near impossible. They still have not cut. This is crazy. Listen to the score. Oh, bro. What an uppercut.
Disappointing.
Watch as this fight continues to happen. You'll see moments where the action gets slowed down. They're trying to raise the stakes and draw the emotion out. There's something about slowing things down that makes you feel it a lot more. And then even in this shot right here, you'll see like the lighting, how authentic it is. You know, the sky is lighting this world. The sun is up high, the clouds are diffusing the light, so it's a lot softer. So when you're looking up, the trees are dark because you're shooting into the shadow side. It's just great cinematography all the way through. Bro, I'm not taking no hits like that. The sound design, somebody had to create these sounds of these rocks, of all the hits. There's someone in the studio literally making these noises to match the action. I'm sorry, I'm invested in this fight. This fight scene, you feel it so much more because we're invested in this character now. We're invested in this character because we kind of know his backstory. You've never played any of the God of Wars, but you started where we started. You'll realize that this man has a son, he lost his wife, the boy lost his mother. So that empathy was created. We care about our protagonist now so much more, who's our main character, because we know that he's trying to protect his son. That is the stakes of this fight. And every time the antagonist brings up, who's this person? I'm gonna go after him if you don't tell me what I know. You'll see that the stakes raise because you really want to defeat this character to protect the kid. That's great writing because they're constantly raising the stakes with the dialogue. If this was a silent fight, we wouldn't care as much. So great job, writers. Are you guys ready for a film reference? So if you guys are familiar with the Bournes series, like the Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bournes, you will see in some of their fighting scenes there's a lot of handheld camera movement. And the reason why the handheld camera movement is so important is because just imagine if you're watching a movie like that and you're just on a widescreen tripod, the characters are small and you see the fighting is literally this small. There's nothing really interesting about a wide angle being that far away, showing those fight scenes, but when you're in their space, a couple inches away from all the action happening, there's a lot more detail and a lot more things that you can really create. And something like this dude got stabbed like 50 times with an axe. The other dude got thrown through 50 feet of rock. Other dude got thrown 50 feet in the air and came down crashing. That's crazy and it's not realistic at all. So imagine if the camera was just like on a nice, smooth, steady cam type motion. Watching that, it's not as exciting as being right there in the middle of the action. So as you watch this, watch how close the camera is getting and watch the inertia of the camera as they continue to fight because it creates a movement and an energy that makes it more believable. Choke him out. You better tap, bro. See, you feel the camera movement, how close you are? Oh! Wow, that was a scene. That was dope.
I'm so sorry. Keep that pressure on. The blame is mine. I should have kept a closer eye.
So now we're introducing a new character and we're seeing that she's a good character because she's trying to save this animal in distress. There's little things that are always being done in writing to really show the true character that we're watching. Now we're gonna introduce her world. Look at the reflection on the water as the light's passing through. These are little details that really just immerse you in the space even more. This world has so much to offer. You know, when you're a kid, you dream about these worlds and they're actually creating them with a lot of detail and a lot of intent. And all these characters mean something. That's just creativity at the next level. I mean, it's like Pocahontas on steroids. Raising the stakes, they're involving the sun now. The stakes are high. You cannot mess up or that might cost the son's life. Don't mess up. The camera's staying with him the whole time. Like, this is really cool. Bro, this is amazing. Look at this framing, how it's coming down. It's just so massive. This world is so massive. And the way that they're able to just really bring you into this space, but like also just tell a story through all of the movement.
Wow, we actually did it.
Who are you?
Me? I'm the greatest ambassador to the gods, the giants, and all the creatures of the night.
Now peep this, how the camera is constantly moving to catch the coverage and the conversation without having to shoot over the shoulder, over the shoulder.
If it still exists, only a giant would know it.
Man, this story is really good. This is like their take on Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas is this tree. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I can't watch this.
I feel you, little man. I can't watch this either. I'm really invested in this story, guys. This is one I definitely have to play as well. All story. Story is what keeps us engaged. You know, this game could be fun, it could be beautiful. All that is great, but if the story is not strong, you have nothing. It's a great story. Well, that's another episode of Experts React. I appreciate you guys sticking all the way through with me. My name is William Rouse. You can follow me on Twitch at The Film Gamer Dude. You can follow me on Instagram at William E. Rouse. And for more Gamology, check them out on YouTube and Facebook. Peace. Deuces. Deuces. That's all I got.
It's my wrestler's voice, brother.
That's my Super Saiyan face. What's yours?